Hello, Twitch End. How's it going? Hi, Spark. How are you today? Don't mind the accidental fucking thing. Confused by profile picture. Oh, I just used a pic crew. No, I wanted something different than my normal. Hi, Nico. Welcome, welcome, hun. But yeah, I wanted something different. It was a cute pic crew, so. Let's turn off studio mode so I can actually, like, actively mess with this real quick. Can I move this, please? Can I move my model? Thank you. I'm gonna swap to Control Shift. Boop. There we go. Let me get stuff done. Bam, 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 bam. We get Warframe open. Actually need studio mode still because so I can turn on Warframe. Not the launcher. There we go. And then we can swap over to Warframe mode. Let me grab my controller. Yeah, we're just doing some finishing up weeklies because we gotta finish up weeklies, and then we're gonna do some fishing hopefully. Fishing and maybe looking for there's a specific thingy.
Hey, Tanner, you ready for today's deal? Oh, I mean deal. Today's deal.
What the heck? That's not it. That's not. What? There's Warframe. There he goes. Yep, there he goes. Yeah, stay safe, Nico. Hello, Dream Tripper. Welcome back on. There we go. Turn on the controller. There we go. Also, thank you for the glow stick. Transition over. Cool beans. There we go. And turn off studio mode. Alright, so collect our stuff there. So we're gonna be going fishing. Why do I have on messages in my inbox? Oh yeah, the Jade Shadows quest thingy is. Oh, borrow. Wait. We're going to borrow first, actually. The only thing I see. Hi, Mixie Mom. Long time no see, hun. The first thing I see in question chat, I'm pretty sure that was Q&A chat. Yeah, was someone saying DE built this in a cave with scraps. And that absolutely tickled me. I mean, they're not lying. We're gonna put on Dante for this. So we're gonna go to borrow real quick, and then we're gonna go fishing. Well, we gotta I need to look at what all we have. He's over in the Orcus Relay. If you don't already know. For everybody that plays Warframe with me, To the orchestra relay. Actually, let me check stream real quick and see where my stuff is. Because I added the Warframe Foundry thing. So you guys can see loadout. I can't tell if it's alive or not. Oh well. Alright, so we'll check out what Barrow has, and then we'll go and finish weeklies and go fishing. That sounds like a good idea. Hello, Andromeda. Welcome, welcome. Oh, you're predating me. Give me 2 seconds. Let me look at you. Oh, you've been here before. Oh yeah, you're one of the space themed ones. Hello, hun.
Do have a look. Who knows? You may turn into a paying
Alrighty,
customer
so
someday.
for Barrow stuff, we have skin. Well, actually, let's go through mods first. Voltic Strike. Ooh, I might grab that. It's a melee mod. 60% electricity, 60% more status chance. Primed regen, pretty good for your sentinels. Primed Bane of Corpus. Primed Bane of Grenier. Murmur, Orican, and Primed Convulsion. I do suggest grabbing Primed Convulsion and possibly Voltic Strike. Primed Convulsion is a pistol mod. I'm grabbing it because I'm going to be putting it on my Grimoire.
They say money can't buy.
Also, don't forget your loot crate. I'll take the Vorma.
Do peruse my regular wares too, won't you?
Other than that, let's see what else he has. M5 relic, which gives you the Magnus. Dog Days Proteus display. Old Blood login. Armor set. He has the Prisma Avia armor set. Yeah. So Barrow has for like I think it's like 22k credits a void surplus, and I call it the loot crate. It just gives you like can give you catalyst blueprints, like the golden blue potatoes. Can give you those, Exilus adapters, affinity boosters, Omniforma, legendary cores, that sort of thing. Like everything's good in it, but you can only get one every week, every time he's here. Some operator drip. Prisma arrows, Prisma Tetra, and the Skana. Warfan. Some ship stuff. Yeah, pretty decent week. I mean, the Bane mods are good for niche builds. So not too bad, not too bad.
It's important to have goals.
I'm gonna go ahead and grab Voltic Strike and the other one. I'm trying to remember where you get the thing. Oh, it's over here. Right. Let me grab a bunch of... Do I have any doubles? I have a Lavos Prime one that I've already got done and built. Pretty much anything I have built already gets yeeted into the void. Don't really want Zaku right now. Already got... Well, I'm gonna save the Sebagoth parts for someone. Baku Prime Blueprint. Already got that one. Yeah, this looks good. My collection of random BS. He is over on the, hang on. Soul items. Orcus Relay. I don't remember which one that is. I think that's Pluto. Hello, little bird. Welcome, welcome, hun. I'm MomoYumeko, Magical Girl in Training. I do cozy streams, TTRPG streams, and gaming every day. 2 times a week over here on IRIAM, and a few days a week over on Twitch. Welcome, welcome. Let me check that real quick. I'm not actually in stream right now. What the heck? Oh, thank you for the hydrate. Hi, Dabs. I did watch the new Warframe. Wait, do we have like actual new Warframe trailer? Like Prime? Yeah, no, this is my Tenno outfit that I normally wear. This is what I normally wear for Warframe. Unironically, you sent that as I was, oh, the Jade Constellations trailer? Yes, I actually, watched the dev stream. So we got to watch it like 4 or 5 times. It was more like 2. They watched it twice, and then, I got to watch it again with, Lavi and Co. I don't want to get Fang Prime. Warlocks. Don't really want Soma. Yeah, no, that'll work. Okay. So I think we got enough for buying
Browsing
our
is always free. How fortunate for you.
I really liked it. I'm excited about the new Jade Shadows quest because I'm interested in what they're gonna do with it. Oh, wait, what? Oh, I need more credits. How much credits do I need? I need 175 credits. Okay. Alright, I see you, Warframe. Alright, let's go do our dailies and then, or our weeklies. Cheese. I need to figure out how to do like reactives. So you guys can do stuff like that. Let's see here. Our last of our dailies or weeklies are here, so we still have to kill about 400 enemies. That'll be easy, especially with Dante. Yeah, we'll probably go with the arcanes. Do we have anything over here in the thing? Oh, we do.
Again,
Never mind, we got more. I really don't want to do the Necromech one. Let me set the public. You guys are free to join me if you want. My, do I have my Warframe stuff down on my thing? I do not. I need to add that eventually. I can real quick flash it. But yeah, people are free to join me. My thing is Alteria992. Right there. But yeah. Oh wait, actually, we have alerts. I already have all of this, so I don't need to run them. I'll probably run them for the credits, but it's Dex Furus and the Dex color picker. Yeah, I'll go ahead and run these for the creds. I'm playing Dante. I'm a Dante Noko main. With every so often, Wolfwife Bribe. But yeah, no, I'm excited about Jade Shadows next month. I can't remember when the next dev stream is. I am gonna do the dev streams every time they come up. The big ones, not the proper dev stream.
There is a large platoon of Grenier Marine stationed here. Leave no one standing.
I am getting Dante Deluxe as soon as he comes out. Next month. I will be very happy. I want my owl skin. Gosh darn it. Oh, it's just to kill the enemies thing. Cool. Okay. We can do that. Ugh, I hate this map, this particular map for Grenier. Yeah, I put on my Nocturne, I haven't used it. Yeah, no, this is the worst Grenier map. I have no idea where I'm going. Isn't this on Mercury? I think this is Mercury. I'd have to look. But yeah, no, I'm interested to see what they're doing with the story for Constellations. I also got to see the them talk about the game with the band, and I love that. It's really funny that one of the band members of Era has been playing the game for Lord knows how long. Since the beginning, pretty much. Which I think is really cool. Also, I'm glad they showed me another metal band to enjoy. DE-based music taste, as usual.
You have broken their ranks and Another successful mission. Find extraction.
Oh, holy cats! I'm stuck. Let me out. Ah. But yeah, no, gosh! Why is that so bright? I am not looking over there. I got flashbanged. I got flashbanged by the weird Grenier goo. Why is that the color of the Vex milk from Destiny? And yes, you heard that correctly, Vex milk. I have another word for it, but that's not say so. Yeah. Yep. Exactly that. I know exactly what you probably what you said. It's that. Because that's one of my banned words, too. So I can deter the weirdos that come into my streams sometimes and horny post on main. Like, I had to tell people not to goon in my chat. Or announce that you are in chat. Cause it's weird. Well, other people were having problems of people having Smegsy time, having the rough cuddles in their chats, and I'm like, what the heck?
The enemy is broken. Well done. Now get to extraction.
Yeah, no, it's mostly, they've done it mostly because, like, my model. Which, like, I personally don't think my model is goon material, but, you know, on one hand, it's like, I don't care as long as you don't announce it, just please don't announce it. Yeah, no, if I were ASMR. Hello, Fox! Welcome, welcome, hun.
Another job well executed.
I am MomoYumeko, Magical Girl Training. I do cozy streams, TTRPG streams, and gaming over here on IRIAM, and a few days a week over on Twitch. We're currently playing Warframe, so I might be a little inattentive to chat. Yeah. Real quick, Skyfox, can I do an H check for ya? How old are you, hun? Because I am an 18 plus community. And also IRIAM is for 18 plus. I'll trust you for now. I always have red flags because, normally Roblox means kids. I'll hold your word to it. Especially with our current us talking about gooners. Oh gosh. I guess we could do the sortie. Do I have to do the sortie? There's a spy mission here. I'm not doing the sortie this week. I don't feel like it. Okay, let's check our stuff here for Nightwave.
Nora is all about
So we gotta do
incentivizing.
syndicate missions, necromech stuff. We're not doing the necromech stuff even though it's 7k. I really don't feel like messing around with the necromech. Gotta do railjack, pick up 8 mods, toxin damage, and emo. Well, the emo thing... Hang on, Spark, I'll accept your thing in a second. The emote thing, I could just, you know... Or do I have to do it in thing? I do have to do it in mission. Darn. Alright, let's get toxin damage on our weapon real quick. Hello, I like demons. Welcome, welcome, hun. I'm MomoYumeko, a magical girl in training. I do cozy streams, TTRPG streams, and gaming over here on IRIAM, and a few days a week over on Twitch. Welcome, welcome. I might be a little inattentive to chat because I am playing Warframe. But I will look over at you guys as often as I can if I'm not actively trying not to die. But yeah, we're just vibing. We're doing some just general stuff. I'm finishing up my weeklies, and then we're going to be going over to Demos to do some fishing. Where is Pestilence rounds? Or pathogen. There it is. Is it just toxin? Okay. Alrighty, we got pathogen rounds in the Noctura. Alright. Oh, you got Wolfwife Prime! Heck yeah! Have you been liking Wolfwife Prime, by the way, Spark? I can say that she gets more fun. Yeah. I will suggest getting her augment mods. If anything, at least her, one for her 4. Give me a second. Grab it. I don't remember the name of it. Where's Wolfwife? There she is. Ulfrin's Endurance is the one. And then, Prey of Dinar. I can invite you over. You've been in New War, right? Yeah, you've been in New War. I had to make sure. Because if you're not out of New War, you won't be able to come to my ship. But, so, go to here. Whoops. Spark. Oh wait, no, it's not that way. heck? How do I bring you over here? Do I have to be up here in navigation? I'll pop over. Yeah, there is a way to bring him over into the ship, though. Hello. Also, really nice drip. That is a nice color palette for her. I also love her noble animation. I like her agile animation personally. I did the best of what I could. It looks clean. Honestly. It looks really nice. Let me see if I can yeet you into mine real quick. Might take a second. I don't remember how you do it. I know you can. Communicate. Oh, right! You can. Let me invite you. Because it's the host that can do it. There we go. Let me toss on Verona real quick. This is my base design for my Verona. I do eventually want to get the frick, my brain's blanking. The attachments, there we go. The Infera, the tail Infera and everything. But that's eventual. I'm putting back on Dante. Yeah, no, I have a couple frames that I've fashion framed. Sevagoth, the only thing I did for him was change his colors. Actually, if we're gonna, well, yeah. Actually, toxin damage. I think, doesn't Noko do toxin with his abilities? Let me check. Yeah, he does toxin damage. He might actually be easier to do the toxin damage thing. Yeah, my ship's pretty bare bones. I haven't really done ship design yet. Except for in here, where I have, like, fish and stuff. Actually, where are my fish? Oh, they're just swimming around. Yeah. There's some people that have, like, crazy good designs for their ships. I think I'm gonna load up. Do you have any specific missions you need, Spark? Oh wait, I have stuff in my foundry, hang on. Oh, I have enough for the one gun I want to make. Yumeko. There we go. I wish I could use your... We're going to Demos, so if you want to run some bounties there to up your stuff, we can. If you want to go to Demos. Oh! you got mobiled. Yeah, that's grandmother telling Knights of Navarus story. I have a mobile in my thing. It gets me too. If you press X, because it's hanging right over nav. I don't know how many times I have accidentally activated that instead of navigation. Yeah, I'm gonna pop over to Demos. This is actually a good way to get funds too. I need to get kills and I need to... that makes sense. Alright, so we're on the Cambion Drift. I'm gonna be doing fishing, so... Do as... if you need help, feel free to ask, but I'm gonna go fishing. Fishing and killing enemies every so often. I might have brought the worst Warframe here. Where's my fishing stuff? So, Demos is weird about fishing. I often like fishing. But the fish kind of fly in the air instead of in the goo. I'm just kind of walking along the goo to see if I can find any fish. What the heck? Okay, cool. What are you, actually? Oh, is this a juggernaut? Sanguine... it just says sanguine. What is you? What is this thing? I've never seen this enemy before. No clue what kind of enemy that is. Whatever it is, it's getting killed because it can't be killed with my my toxin damage. Let me grab foam stuff. Alright. So we're looking for fish. not seeing fish. Guess we're gonna go over here. Guess we're going down here, because down here normally has fish too. Hello, Chaco! Welcome, welcome on. We are just vibing. I am looking for fish. Oh gosh. No, I don't want to get my
your kind enjoy bathing in spilled
my butt
ichor
eaten by
and viscera, but I specifically asked for the life form to be
infested?
sedated.
I want infested fish. Is what I'm looking for. But I am seeing like none spawning. A whole whopping nothing. Uh-oh. I'm coming, brother. What's throwing stuff at us? Ah. There we go. I guess I'm just gonna find a spot to hunker down in and throw some bait out. I hope it brings the, brings them. Yoink. Fish. Come on, fish. Please, fish, spawn. Oh. There's another one. Fish. Got it. Another one. Hello, Moe. Welcome, welcome, hun. We are playing some Warframe. I'm doing some fishing. We're doing some fishing on Demos. also depends on the, pretty good, pretty good. We're doing some, fishing for, over on Demos. Come on. Give. Not an adorned one, heck yeah. Oh, heck yeah! Good luck with that. They're separate. Oh, our things are out. We use some foam residue. Dust. And dust. Yeah, I put down the luminous bite because it helps you see. And they come around with the residues that you pick up. Oh heck yeah. Hi Hero! Welcome, welcome, hun. Oh! Hang on. Be gone, bot! We'll probably stream until about 6 my time, so we got about 45 minutes-ish. I want to make it to the lovely stream. Oh no! The fish! But yeah, these are good for parts. There's I think the infested, kit guns. I think they use, fish parts. Too. If you're big on, wanting to make your own weapon. I needed to rank up food materials. Then that works out. I'll move over here and just come over and redo our thing so you get the boosts and stuff. Ooh, spaghetti.
A little overzealous there, Tenno. You were not supposed to massacre it.
Oh, hush up. There we go. And then... there we go. Why does it keep eating me back? There we go. I've gotten really good at fish too. At fishing. 'Cause, one, because of Noko's freaking thing. Because Noko, you have to catch a certain kind of fish on the orb that spawns in exactly in one cave on the orb. And it's a rare fish. When I finally found it, it wasn't rare as heck, but it took me like a couple months to find it. was just really annoying. I don't mind fishing though, it's fun. And plus, it makes it so, like, you can actually earn plat from this, by the way. The not-so-secret, fish black market. Because people really don't like fishing in this game. So they'll pay people to go fishing for them. If you want to do some bounties, Mother should be around. She might actually be right over here. I think this is Mother. Yeah, this is Mother.
You are here to assist.
Hi, Sunfish! I actually need to bring up my, Intrati family standing.
Yes, definitely the better part of Pharaoh.
I'll do a vault, sure. I have my nuke. Unironically, we're right by an entrance to one. Hello, Moonlight. Welcome, welcome on. Oh, you can. If they don't want to do it, they can leave.
Much has been hidden from us on Deimos.
Like so.
The old ruins beneath the surface must surely contain the deepest and darkest secrets. Find a way to get inside, and the Necroloid will guide you through. See what's happened.
Alright.
The infestation is strong, but stupid. With the right materials, we can fool it into letting us
Time to go
enter.
grab some residue. This is a lot better with the Arcwing. I used to do these. I was doing these with just the K drive because it was before they did the update that everybody had the Arcwing thing. Someone saw we were doing a thing and was like, "Yeah, nah, I don't want that smoke." More worm bait off over here. Oh gosh. I do like Demos. It's just that, like, I don't like the map of it, if that makes any sense. Hello, Shadow911. Welcome, hun. We are just vibing, doing some Warframe shenanigans. So if I'm not attentive to chat, which I'll probably more than likely be yapping with Spark, who's chilling in chat. For sure, because he's in my team.
Take what you have gathered and place it into the vessel.
That means I am actively trying not to die, but I will do my best. But yeah, we're just vibing. I see that you're first time in here. I'm MomoYumeko, Magical Girl in Training. I do cozy streams, TTRPG streams, and gaming over here on IRIAM, and a few days a week over on Twitch.
on the lookout for infested. They will likely come and investigate. Do not let them disrupt the process.
So, we're gonna do our setup. There we go. And if it doesn't kill it with the kickballs of doom, it's free reign. I might get my necromech out too. Once we get into the vault.
Annihilate that life form.
That way, I can get my necromech kills too. So I gotta get 300 of those things. So, do you guys like mushrooms?
The combined sample is ready. Hurl it against Orifice Portal and it should open.
Oh, we gotta go over to the door. You can have my necromech real quick. Why am I stuck?
Yay! Let's go inside before it starts chewing.
Mech coming down.
Airborne impurities from the infested have rendered these tunnels highly
to the
toxic
butthole.
to non-infested. We cannot access the vaults until the toxicity level
Sorry,
has
they
been reduced.
look like buttholes. Why do I have this one? There we go. Thank you for the energy.
The strongest local infested are inbound. This is their last gasp. Defeat these and we should be clear to proceed.
Hey, the tox level's coming down. Now the infested have backed off. We can go.
There
to
we
the
go.
vault.
Like so.
The Entrati ruins are close. Keep pushing, and you will be there in no time.
Okay, Chip. Now you just need to beat a necromech so you can explore the ruins in peace. Did I mention
Yeah,
that
be careful
part
of the
already?
necromechs.
The Guardian of the Vault approaches. You must defeat it, Tenno. The Guardian of the Vault approaches.
Coming
You
down.
must defeat it, Tenno.
to see you, Chip.
Oh, go. Ugh, I did that with Drifter. Oh. I didn't mean to leave the vault.
There is one last obstacle to overcome before access is granted. Right this way.
On the way down. Actually, wait, actually. How do I get out of this? Okay, get out of this, please. Thank you. I don't even know how I managed to do that. Don't know how I managed that. That's fine though. I wonder if I use... If I end up using, my energy shrimp, does that get... energy charged up on the necromech? I wonder. Oh, it does. That's kind of cool. Zaps. Hello, Mellow Sweet. Welcome, welcome on. We are vibing. We're doing some Warframe shenanigans.
There's all kinds of stuff down here. Some void stuff they never let out of ISO because it was so not fun.
Some mother tokens.
Interesting expedition, I trust. You did well, according to Lloyd. A reward is
And
an
Argon
offer for
Crystal.
your efforts. I do hope you'll go again.
I forgot
There is
that you
so
could get
much
Argon
more to
Crystal
be
from
found.
these.
Things hidden from a mundane gaze.
Not have a lot of health. There we go. And then our normal. Someone's leaving. To go with them because they're holding the door open. Oh, it's the Siren that's leaving. Take some sippies. But yeah, no, I don't mind vaults anymore. They're just another activity to do. Ooh, got a damaged necromech pod casing. So many fish. Yeah, it's because they killed the necromechs. So if you don't buy your necromech, that's how you do them, because you do the ISO vaults. I spent legitimately like 3 months trying to get necromech. I think it was the pod? No, it was the engine that you had to get. The engine was so bad. Hi Jay, welcome, welcome, hun. Hello, mod.
Of course, this place is hard.
Yes. Here, let me look at my standing. I have 1,000 standing.
Perhaps.
Oh! I have everything I need. I just need standing. Hang on, let me go to grandmother. We are doing shenanigans over in Demos. Fast travel. Where's grandmother?
My granddaughter, shall we?
Tokens.
As you wish.
No. Mend the family.
Well,
No.
we've kept going this long.
Oh, trade tokens
Go
for
on, dear.
trying standing. Do you think I have enough mother tokens? Warframe. Do you think I have enough tokens, guys, for mother? Give me some. I wish I could.
Oh, magnificent. Going back quick.
I think that got me almost to full.
I trust
Your
you're
boy
prepared to get your
sweltering.
hands dirty.
That makes sense. Yeah, no, I would give you some if I could. You can't trade tokens, sadly. I think I got a bunch. Trade me a water bottle. I would. We have like a whole pack of water. Standing. Okay, yeah, I have 22k. I have to get to 70k, so I'm gonna be on this for at least a couple days. Because I can do a bunch of bounties. You want some more bounty? We probably have time for one more before I pop off and go to Levy's stream. Which, we'll probably raid into her... Oh, actually, no, we're not gonna raid into her. Cause she's doing pregame with, IRIAM chat. Before she starts, Twitch chat. Or I would raid into her.
On Deimos, be aware of all things. The infestation has covered them now, but there are key installations on Deimos that could still serve us well.
This has
Locating
been
and
good
securing
for
one of
getting
these
the
places will
toxin
help
bounty
the
though.
reclamation. Lloyd can give you the details.
But yeah, no, I'm excited about the next update.
There was an Enchanted base
That's another thing I like
installation in
about
this region.
Warframe
See
over
if you can-
like D2 is
You
that
gonna look for the old base near here?
I don't know.
Love to see
They
it
share
again.
enough of their
Researcher
missions.
Latrox Oom
Unlike
has agreed to assist our
Whispers in the
reclamation
Wall,
efforts.
where they shared
Please
just about the
protect him.
entire mission
One's here.
ahead of
I'm
time.
saved. Wait.
I'm getting attacked by two sides. What do you mean by that, brother? Thank you, mushroom. There we go. Our chat's been pretty chill. If you want to make sure that you don't burn your phone up because of the heat. Don't want you breaking your phone.
This is the part I hate. When I
I'm catching radiation!
undoubtedly something about.
Crazy Dio. Your mom's supposed to be catching the radiation, not you. That's a bad joke. I'm sorry, my condolences from that. That was so mean. I am so sorry. I mean, there is a point there. I'm gonna tell. Go ahead. That's so mean. I didn't realize it was going to be mean until it was already said. The intrusive thought won. How is your mom, by the way? Where are you? There you are. It's the grave humor poking through.
We are green horse.
Oh heck yeah, that's good. I'm glad she's feeling better enough to be able to go out with people.
Excellent work, Tenno. With Latrox's help, we now have full scan data.
Yeah,
for the
no, I'm glad
area around
that
the base.
she's doing well enough. Hi Coco.
Oh, hey, there's a cache nearby. Maybe see.
I'm glad. I
Need to
felt
release
bad.
the
I was
cache
like,
before we can access it.
that feels mean. Ooh, heck yeah. I'll probably toss on the necromech this second. Once I'm done with this bounty, or I know for sure, or not done with the bounty, I'm
A
done
little
with the
overzealous there, Tenno. You were not supposed to massacre it.
We're almost done with our mod collection too. So tumors. Am I blind? I mean, that's a possibility, but... Where the heck are the tumors? They're normally big orange glowy things. And there's a lot of orange glowy things. Oh, I found one! I think. No. Oh.
A job well done. You have exceeded projected expectations.
Oh boy! Did
There
you
we
just
go.
use the cash to blow
Alright,
that
so we're gonna
humongous
get
thing out?
the
Where
mech out.
Thank you for the rose.
A large predatory organism in the vicinity must
What caught
be removed
radiation?
before we can. In order to proceed, you will now
Oh,
need
yeah.
to gather materials.
Oh yeah, did Barry ever find out that it was you? Ten out of 10. Okay, let's see if I can. Can I not get up here with the necromech? Or do I have to walk around? I have to walk around, don't I? Oh. Doing it the long way. I'm coming, slowly but surely. Enemies. There's a lot of them spawning right here for some
The
reason.
main event has arrived. Here's your chance. Kill the target. A flawless victory. Well, effective anyway. The target is no more. Parameters exceeded. Well done, Tenno.
Where are we going now?
In my defense, there was no indication of a second entity, let alone one so unpleasant. It will be necessary to clear the area of hostile
Oh, she's
infested
on
before
right
any
now?
positive inroads can be made to reclaim the base.
Jeez. Yeah, I like the Senko model. It's cute. It's just
Shoot to destroy
it lags all to heck when I try to play it with Warframe. Or really any game, because it even lags with Colt. With Colt and Lamb. I'm just like, I think it's because it's a full body model. That has a lot of parameters. So, how do I get in here? Oh, never mind. Coming up. Oh, heck yeah!
Hive located. Destroy it with
Let's
weapons.
go. Bottling over. Oh, we have a Uriel. You might hear yelling. The grandmother is yelling at the kids because the kids are wanting to be little hecks. Oh, nice! Hey, I mean, any jobs...
Look,
good.
There's a hive. Nuke it.
Look, the grandparents. Nah, grandmother is... yeah, it's normal. That's why I always warn if the yelling starts up to kinda ignore it. I personally hate that it happens, but soon it won't be a thing, so we will be good.
All clear. Task performed with creditable expedience.
Eventually.
Additional reward authorized. Efficiently done. Now we can
Hello,
continue the
weeklies.
restoration
Welcome.
project unimpeded.
How do you eat? What do you mean by that?
You are in proximity to the base location. Once I reactivate the dormant elements, the invested will attempt to protect the immediate
yep,
area
nope.
from incursion.
We're not doing that today. Yeah, stay safe, man. I am almost, we're almost getting ready to leave, so, we'll probably finish this bounty and then, I'll do my closing statements and then pop over to Lobby stream. IRIAM end, we'll probably raid over to Lobby, if we can, because she's wanting to get the badges for the event, next month, I think. And also, yeah, have a good night, Coco! And also, she's getting ready for Soon Scoops at the end of the month, so, or middle of the month? We're saving up for the Soon Scoops event, one of them. For her, so. Which, oh, while we're here, we should talk about, goals for the month. So it'll probably be the same for this month. As last month. Oh! We've been here long enough to get to watch the changeover and watch, the worms fight. What do you mean invalid launch point? Okay, we're just gonna freaking hoof it over there then. I really don't want to though. Why do you mean invalid launch point? I am like on a flat surface, come on! What happened? Oh, I want to talk a little bit about our goals for the month for IRIAM end. YouTube, or not YouTube, Twitch end, we are working towards, affiliate. So. There we go. Alrighty. Thank you for joining me, Spark. So our events for this month. Let me pop over to chat and stream. There we go. So, our events for this month. Probably going to be similar as last month. Especially since we didn't get to the Live 2D goal. Which is this month. We almost got to the second point goal. 2. So we were about a like 2,000-ish short. Thank you for the hearts, Jay. Oh my gosh. Holy heck balls, man. I think that's the most hearts you've sent in a row. Getting set up for badge. Oh! We are doing the star event. That happens in a couple days. So get ready to go, go star stuff. Yeah, we are doing star event. And then I think we're going to do the same thing as last. Still need 3 hours of watch time. You'll definitely get it. We're streaming tomorrow too. We're gonna be doing some Soulframe tomorrow. Probably same time. I've been streaming at like 4-ish, so I can get off and catch other folks' streams. Go ahead. Do your countdown. I love the countdowns in Warframe. Oops. There we go. Yep. That works. But yeah, no, so, tomorrow, probably Soulframe. If not Soulframe, probably Warframe. Depends on whether or not we're done with, weeklies. I'll probably be done with weeklies tonight, so that'll be fine. Outside of that, I think that's about it. We'll probably have the same goals as last month for this month, because it's a little bit easy. We are going to change the stars bit to maybe hype, because that's a little bit easier to get. Like this today is going to be like the 2040 hype or so. Holy heck, man. I think you've gotten one just about every month for me too, give or take. That's crazy. Yeah, you're 6th for me too. Yeah, because I think Barry started like a month after me. At least right after me she debuted. Burr. I need to check out her 2.0 too, eventually. I need to pop by her stream one day. I got a sneak peek. But yeah, no, same as last month, we're gonna be doing, Life 2D is going to be one of our big goals for points. Any points we get, we are putting towards the thing. Oh yeah, I forgot that Lyra is doing a 2.0. Because she joined a group, like a flower group. She announced it on Twitch, or not Twitch, Twitter. Which is really cool. But yeah, goals for Twitch, we are still working towards affiliate. We're trying to get at least 3. Yeah, I do follow her on Twitter. I follow a lot of IRIAM streamers on Twitter. I think that's like the bulk of my followed is IRIAM streamers. Because I follow like everybody. I do mute some folks temporarily if there's like shenanigans happening because I'm so tired of the drama. Your girl's tired. I can only fight so many bad dreams at a time. I can only fight so many night terrors. But yeah, no, so tomorrow we're doing Soulframe. I will have the new... What's up? Yeah, I'll have the new, goals up. Probably sometime tonight. Flunking high school? Yeah, no, that was mine too. Mostly because I had so much, like, pressure on me in high school. Because I was gonna be the first person in my family to graduate. Well, my dad graduated. His mom lost his freaking, graduation certificate. So he had to go through GED classes. Yeah, no, I feel that. It was rough when I was in high school. Because I graduated back in 2018. And, I hated it. It was so stressful. And it wasn't because of school itself. It was because of my mom. She wanted me to be go into college and everything. And didn't realize how expensive college was. So, you know, your girl never went to college. Yeah, I did apply for FAFSA. I had, by the end of everything, I had to pay $4,000 to get into college, to start college when I first graduated. And, my dad had bad credit, and my mom absolutely refused to ever help me with anything. Yeah. My dad felt so bad that he couldn't help me for college. I was gonna go in for graphic design, and that was the reason why my mom didn't want to help me. She was like, you either go into nursing, because I want you to become a nurse, or you don't get help with school. And it wasn't like I was going into... Yeah, no, my FAFSA, so I had a partial scholarship, and then I had the FAFSA, and then I had, I didn't have any credit because I had a credit lock until I was 18. Some crazy Momo lore here. IRL Momo lore. Let me move this up a little bit. There we go. But yeah, no, it was bad. In ways, I used to hold it a lot against my family. Now that I'm older, I just, it is what it is. I eventually want to become a counselor, so. I was taking college prerequisites in my senior year of high school. So, funny thing, I could have done that. I wasn't allowed to. So, you had to pretty much already be taking it in, like, your early years of high school. And so I went to 2 different high schools. Freshman year through half of junior year, the school would not allow me to take any kind of classes. I don't know why. It's weird. It's strange. But it's annoying. Yeah, it was weird. Because I really wanted to get into, like, AP courses and stuff and do college credit courses. Dual enrollment. There we go. I wanted to do dual enrollment, but it wouldn't let me. And then I got into my second school, the school I graduated from, and I was missing so many credits. Dude, I was taking classes online through the school to get all of my credits to graduate. My senior year, I was taking 6 classes a semester. Because I would have 2 online, and then I had my actual classes that I had to take to graduate senior year. Yeah, no, it was bad. I was taking 6 classes my senior year just to be able to graduate on time because my first school messed me up so bad. I had all of my elective credits first. And I had most of my academic credits last. It was bad. I think I graduated with a 2.8 GPA, which is decent enough to get you into college. I graduated with a 2.8 GPA. It would have been 3.0 if one of my classes didn't fail me because he didn't understand that my name was spelled a certain way. Let's just say Momo's IRL name is spelled masculine rather than the feminine way. And my teacher didn't like that. Even though it's on my permanent record and stuff. I was so butthurt. I hated that class too. It was the most useless class. That'll be a story for next time. Or for another time. It's because college is so much chiller. But yeah, no, I should get off here. We'll be yapping for hours. But yeah, no, tomorrow is gonna be Soulframe, more Soulframe. I might try to kidnap Flavi. It'd be funny if I could kidnap Flavi, to play some Soulframe with me. Please, I want friends to play with me. Yeah, charge your phone. But yeah, outside of that, I hope you guys have a good night. Stay safe. Go attack Lavi if you can. She's not streaming right this second. I don't think. Hang on, let me check. No, the lobby is not streaming, I don't think. Methinks. Yeah, she's offline. She's gonna be streaming in about an hour or 2, I'm pretty sure. It's 7, so 8. 8 o'clock my time. So about 2-ish hours. Hello, Shamasan! Welcome, welcome on. But yeah. I think that's about it. Yeah, I'll have the goals down tonight, eventually. Other than that, I hope you guys have a good night. Stay safe. I don't have to come and protect you. And goodbye. Stay safe, everybody. Have a good night. Let's see here. Here's my ending stream.